This is the 2022 BMW S1000RR. It's an amazing machine. I love leader bikes. The leader bike that I have owned is the ZX10R, and I am so thrilled to be riding this bike today, the BMW S1000RR. Last time I rode the S1000RR was about 5-6 years ago. Absolutely enjoyed that experience. Got very close to buying it at the time, but I'm glad I waited. This engine sounds so fantastic. I love the way this bike sounds and the way it feels. This is one of my favorite leader bikes. If I was gonna get a leader bike, I'd probably get this or the R1. I would like the Panigale, but it's just quite more expensive than the R1 and the Beamer. But this bike is so fantastic, and it's not as aggressive sitting on this cockpit. It's not as aggressive as the Panigale, and I also feel this is a little bit more comfortable sitting in the cockpit than the ZX10R that I have owned. And this just sounds so fantastic. The fit and finish of this is spectacular. Let's just take a quick look at it. I've got to tie up my shoelaces here, but let's have a look at it from the side. It just looks absolutely amazing, this bike. This is the gray colored finish, and it has a quick shifter inserted in this model. I don't want to get my shoelace stuck in the gear, hence I am tying it up. If I was to choose a color, the 2022 comes in black and gray, but I prefer this gray color. My son likes the black color. He's definitely going to be getting one, so he'll be owning the black one, but if I was to get one, I would do the gray. This one just looks fantastic. Let's start it up. Just sounds fantastic, this bike. This engine has over 200 horsepower, and the seating position is more relaxed than the Panigale. It is still a committed seating position. It is quite a bit of weight on the front wrist. Definitely more committed than my MT-09 and my FJR 1300. But I like the way this handles. I felt the old BMW S1000R was a little bit more top heavy. This one does not feel as top heavy as the previous model. But I'm a super fan of super sports. I think super sports bikes are one of the best bikes you can get for the money in terms of the performance you get for the dollars. And I just like the way this is riding, the way it turns. It handles extremely well. The low speed handling and the low speed maneuverability of this bike is spectacular. And I love this TFT display. This is probably the biggest TFT screen I have seen on any bikes, adventure or small scale bikes, but the TFT display on this is phenomenal. It is very legible, and I think BMW probably makes the best TFT display screens in motorcycles today. Most of the other motorcycle manufacturers make them quite small. For example, my MT-09 has a very small TFT display compared to this, as does the R1. That also has a very small TFT display compared to this. This, I believe, is at least 4.8 inches. The R1 is, I think, 3.5. This bike, I'm already up to over 79 miles an hour, and this is just not even sweating. The engine performance on this bike is spectacular. It is so exhilarating. This inline 4 is so buttery smooth and so exhilarating, and there's power on tap throughout the rev range. I love this bike. I love super sports, and it just feels very comfortable and very natural riding this bike for me. it just makes you come alive. As I have said, when I ride my ZX10R, I come alive, and when I get on this Beamer 1000R, I do come alive. It just wakes you up. Super sports just wake you up. These kind of bikes are so exhilarating. I love the way this bike is handling, and it is a fantastic bike. I also think the dollar value for money is spectacular. I'm surprised that the Beamer without its option is priced less than the ZX10R and also less than the R1. You can get this base stock cheaper than in USA. You can get this cheaper than the R1 and also cheaper than the ZX10R. I do think this is a better bike than the ZX10R because I've ridden the ZX10R for many years. I do believe this is a better bike because you can get options like cruise control and heated grips on this, and you can use this for touring. Definitely can be used for touring, and you'll be able to tour very fast. Going around this corner, it is just phenomenal in terms of low speed and high speed handling. Spectacular. So I'm a super fan of leader bikes, and I think I need to add this again into my garage. Visibility is also quite good. Rear visibility is quite good on this bike, and the engine sounds great. There's a lot of power on this bike. It's just a fantastic machine. If you're looking to get the BMW S1000RR, I would highly recommend it. And if you're considering getting it, just don't hesitate to get this. Go ahead and get it. Okay, I'm gonna just go and enjoy this journey. It's now getting up to speed. This has unlimited power, so much power. 80 miles an hour is a breeze on this bike, and the handling on this bike is spectacular. Okay, I'm gonna clock off right now, and you guys have a great day. Cheers.